the webinar right away. So today I'm just going to revise all that we've done in the past, all we've done, especially all the one we did yesterday. As you can see on the screen that I'm sharing, you are seeing the interface for our Elicit. And there's one thing that we didn't do yesterday. We didn't use our Elicit to draft a report, which I'm going to implement today because it's one of those fantastic things that we can do with our Elicit. When you give it you can actually give it a research topic. It will draft a report based on what you give to it. Then that report will be like, it will contain so many studies, and it will sometimes will not look like it's doing a systematic review for you. You will have a lot of references, intense referencing, though it actually takes time to generate the report, because by the time you finish generating the report, it will send the report to your email directly as a Word document. So that's one of the beauty of it. But if you are waiting on the interface to finish, it will actually also do the same thing. So to proceed with that, I want a volunteer to give us a research topic that you are working on currently. That would be like a bonus that you need material on. Then we will use it to exercise this Elicit today, because when we do a subscription on Elicit, we have just on my own subscription before the subscription was upgraded, I only have 4 reports in a month. To tell you how wonderfully the report is, I only have access to 4 reports. I've used one for this month. I have 3 left. So if I want to do any reports now, the topic you are going to give me must be something that is very tangible. It must be a research that you are working on, so that when we generate the report, it will be like, okay, bonus on your own end for your research. So in the comment section, type the research topic you would like us to use to generate the report. It can be a research topic, it can be the research questions. So we'll be waiting. We can also, I would not like to open the group, because the WhatsApp group, because there's a lot of people in the WhatsApp group that we don't know their identity. So immediately we open the group, they tends to send a lot of erroneous message. Okay, Mr. Fide, you can give us your own research. If you have anyone you're working on, you can give us one. But I want a topic that I will know that we are not using it to play. It will be something that will be very useful to you. So please type it in the comment section, and let us, I will copy it out and we generate a report for us, please. Thank you. We are waiting on Mr. Fidelis to give us the topic or research question that we use to generate a report. Okay, if it's okay, the message was retracted. Okay, and you can also send it to okay, I will not advise you send it to the WhatsApp. You can send it to me as a personal message on WhatsApp if you don't want to send it in the comment section. Or which one do you prefer? Okay, it's still going to be the same result anyway. So send it so that we can generate a report for you, please. That's one of the beautiful thing of Elicit, is all the work you've done on your Elicit, you can always see them in this recent. When I click on this recent, you will see that I've actually made use of this my Elicit accounts so much. Like, is actually very loaded, very, very loaded. Because I'm always working on something. I'm always working on something. So anything you've done in the past, you can always go back to them. Okay, let me click on this challenges of contract farming. This particular, I'm trying to write a conceptual review for a client. So, and I want to generate some content. So this, uh, you see that this is the message. This is what I ask as a question. I said challenges of contract farming or at grower scheme challenges, side selling breach. Like I put it like a key searches there. Now you will ask me that how can you generate a solid key searches like this? Because I want everything that Elicit will give me to contain either of these variable. So if you have a standard topic that you're working with, you can tell AI to generate key searches for you. That's why one of the first thing you need to do while you want to write your literature review is you generate an outline that is in tandem with your research question. Just like what we did yesterday, that we generate many columns. If you can see it in front of you here, we have our papers by default. It comes with two columns by default. You have paper and summary. Then I added another column which is challenges associated with. That means you can still edit your column. You can see this is what the additional column I added. This is what I ask it to give me. I ask it to give me challenges that is associated with practice of inclusive supply chain system. That's the extra column that was given. Then the instruction that based on the discussion, what I want you to discuss under that column is I want you to discuss the challenges of contract farming at grower scheme challenges. Uh, Challenges. Okay, now we have the topic. Mr. Fidelis have given us a topic. So let me go straight up and copy the topic. So here we have the effect of caches analog CCA. Okay, let me just copy it. Then we go to our Elicit page. We go back to recent. Then now what we want to do right now is new research report. Yeah, yesterday we can change things here. Yesterday what we work on was chat with. Now today we are doing a report. We want it to generate report for us. So let me paste the topic. This topic is effect of caches analogy, CCA in analogical problem solving strategy, PS and student achievement learning equations. So then let us go. Format, should it be a general review, one page, research gap analysis? So let's just tell it to do a general review so that we will not be limited to a specific answer. I hope Mr. Fidelis is still online because we are about to generate a review for you. Should we wait for him to come back online before we generate the review? Okay. Okay, Mr. Fidelis, are you still there? Okay, yes, he's still there. Now let us proceed to LEC to generate our reports. Okay, so off we go. Now you have this screenshot telling you that how many study do you want to screen? Do you want to screen 50 sources, extract from up to 10 sources? So that means it will screen 50 sources for you. We now extract 10 sources that are up to the task for the job. Why this one is saying balance? I usually work with the balance one. Now you have comprehensive, that is for pro. when you have a pro subscription. So let us go for the balance. If we screen like 500 sources, we now extract 25 sources for us. So let us tell us to generate your report. So that will usually take a while because now you are seeing a message here telling Elicit is building and refining understanding of the research. Your report will become available once all steps are complete. We will email Mikiades a team when your report is ready, less than 10 minutes. But if you continue to stay on this particular page, uh, the report will be generated below here. You can see it's gathering the sources. He has gathered 500 sources already. Now it's screening. By the time you finish the screening, in the process of the screening, it's trying to look for topics that is related to your data. So when it's done with the screening, these are the things that is going on here. Comparison group. Does this study include control or comparison? Empirical. Does this study present empirical data that is it not purely theoretical, opinion based, or commentary without data? Those are the things that is using intervention type. Does this study employ analogical reasoning, or don't mind the background sound that I'm having here? I just have to be here at this moment. Intervention type. Does this study employ analogical reasoning, or then we have outcome measurement. Does this study include quantifiable measures or academic achievements, learning outcome or performance measures? Does this study include 10 or more participants? Sample size is doing the inclusion and exclusion. Sample size, does this study include 10 or more participants? You see, when we look at these are the criteria that is using to criteria matches yes, maybe, or no. Those are the criteria. It grade it into three categories for us. So you can see that for the first one, comparison group. Does this study include control or comparison group? It's telling you, the number is increasing to 302, 306. Those are the studies. For those lovers of systematic review, Elicit is your chance. What you'll be doing manually, that take forever, the machine, the machine will get it done for you without stress. You can see how it's doing the job. Okay, so subject area, does this study focus on physics? So that data extraction point is over. The screen sources is over. Then what is it doing now? It's extracting data and it's populating the criteria. Now let us start seeing what is going on. Now here is determine study relevance. Determine if the study is relevant to the research. Questioning by extracting. Say whether the study investigates analogical teaching methods, any type of analogy used, whether it's focused on physics concept related to motion or kinematics, whether it measures student achievement or learning outcomes, target population, secondary school student or equivalent age. Then we are having the rate relevance as highly relevant, use analogy for motion concept. This is a lot of information. One of the beautiful thing is when this study comes out, you can by the time this report come out, you will discover that it's like you are writing a systematic review yourself, and it's just a report. It's just a report. You have research design from almost of all the study, achievement measurements, result and size. So it will give you detailed analysis of each of the study. That is what the AI is doing. It's doing detailed analysis of each of the study. Detailed analysis. To do detailed analysis. Let us wait for a while for the result to be steady. Let's wait for a while for the result to be steady. Uh, don't go offline. Extra data point. Now we have that 200 data points has been extracted. 200 data points have been extracted. We are waiting for it to finish. It's loading, it's loading. It's loading. Okay, while our is loading, I want to give us a bonus on one of the things we can do with AI. Have you ever built a conceptual review with AI? Like a conceptual framework? I mean, a diagrammatic conceptual framework. If you have done that, type a comment on the YouTube session. You can type yes, I've built one before. If you have chance, you can do a screenshot of the one you have built and send it to the WhatsApp group. Is there anybody that have built a conceptual framework? I mean the diagrammatic conceptual framework. Do you still draw your Prisma flow diagram manually, or you use AI to draw your own based on the information you give to AI to draw it for you? Wow. If you have not done those things before, you are still spending a lot of time and energy. Imagine you have a conceptual framework, a conceptual review work that you have a lot of dependent variable, independent variable. Okay, let me look for a study. Let me look for a study. Uh, like I mean a ready-made study that has reached chapter 1 to 3 that we can use to try that. I want to open. We ask our report is still loading. Uh, our report is loading, as you can see on the page. Let me see if it has finished loading. Okay, still loading. So let us continue. Uh, Let me go and open a doc. I have a document that can be used. I just received a notification that my report is ready on my email address from my phone. So probably we will come back to how to build a conceptual framework. Okay, for you to know what I'm saying, let me screen. Okay, yeah, the report is over. As you can see, the interviews have changed. Now you are seeing it generate an abstract for you. You say no study specifically examine the caches analogy CCA for teaching equations of uniformly oscillating motions in a pattern. That means your study is unique. However, 25 studies investigated analogical teaching strategy and problem solving approach in physics education. Indirect evidence. Study focusing on motion, including Newton laws, projectile motion, and equations motion. So we have this beautiful, and you can see the results that was gotten. Result for our reports, effect of analogical. So you have beautiful results that you can use for your literature review. That at the end of the time you are done with your data, you can use all these results to support your. As you can see, when you click on all this, it will give you some table. evidence, result evidence from those studies. When I click on this, you see this table showing up here. You are seeing this table showing up here. When I click here, you are seeing this table showing up here. See, these are the data inside the reference study. Reference study. So these are not just fabricated study, they are real study. When you click on the star, it tells you where more. So the study investigated the comparative effectiveness. That is, the study that generates this result is the study that it was trying to start here. Here, it's telling you that the result of the t-test showed that t counted 20.08, t-table was 2.05. The result of the study indicated that there was an influence of conceptual understanding procedure. Now, this result is detailed, and you can see the beautiful of it is it gives you a lot of reference below. And these are not just international paper, they are localized paper. You can see Nigeria, Plateau. So that you yourself, you can still go back and review those papers personally. And you can choose to download the referencing. So now let us go back and see the report. So I will share another screen. I want you to have a look on how the report was delivered to the email. Okay. Uh, I will stop sharing this particular page right now. Let us add another screen. The first screen I will add is my email screen. You see now at this top here, you are seeing your Elicit report on impact of caches analogy on physics learning. So when I click on that, anytime the video screen go blank, that is the time I'm trying to share the screen. That's the time I'm trying to share the screen. So here we have your report has generated and is ready to be filled. So now we have the report has been generated. Um, the next thing we are going to do now is we fill the report. You can fill the report from here. So that's the beautiful thing about that. Then let's go back to our Elicit. So should we download or you want to share? You can share it again. Now is we are going to share it to what? To Mr. Fidelis. Is the owner of the report. Nevertheless, you can do copy and paste. You are permitted to highlight the report from Elicit and paste it in Microsoft Word. That's another option. But firstly, let us okay, where was I? Okay, I've not even shared the screen on how to share the report. Okay, let me go back and share back our elicits. Let's go back to our email address. Okay, these are my email address. When you click on fill the report, it will open back to Elicit. Going back to Elicit. So we are going to leave the email address now. So I'm going to share another screen now. I'm going to share another screen now, and that will be our Elicit. Okay. So now, when we click on share from the email address, this page that is loading now is where it take us to. It took us to this page that is loading now. So on Elicit, it took us here. Now below here, you can see an option that said generate reports. So here you have option. You can save that Microsoft Word document and you can save as PDF. I love to save as Microsoft Word document. So I will say save as Microsoft Word document. That is downloading. Now the option that we are talking about, that in case we want to share it with email address. So we enter the email address of Mr. Fidelis and okay, um, done. Done. I don't know why the network is making our YouTube page to be blank. I don't mind the studio here is not black, but when I'm okay, so we've shared the document with Mr. Fidelis. The next thing is, we converted the when we converted our Elicit to Microsoft Word. Yeah, we converted it to Microsoft Word. You can choose to convert it to PDF also. So let us open the converted document. Let's open. So I'm going to stop sharing my Elicit document with you by the time it's fully opened. Okay, that's fully open. Then let me go and share the page with you. Okay, Mr. Vid has received the email. Thank you. Okay. Yes. That we that is a converted Word document. This is a converted Word document. So enable editing. So I can also send this particular Word document to Mr. Fidelis too. So you have it so beautifully done here. Here you see it gives you a flow diagram. So this place make it look like you are doing a systematic review. This look like a Prisma flow diagram, but it's not Prisma. But the report is very detailed that if you are writing a systematic review on that topic, you can actually use that to build your chapter 3 automatically without going through any stress. I think I've used that before. You see, result, like to make it look like you are doing a systematic review work because it's a perfect result for systematic review. And you have result here. Duration, you have very beautiful result. So we will see because it's the one that needs this particular report. So let us save our documents. Share another page, our Elicit page. Let's go back to our Elicit page. Okay, let us share another page here, and that will be our Elicit. Okay, uh, we still have Mr. Fidelis' email. So right now we are going to mail it back to him. We are going to mail the report to Mr. Fidelis. Yeah, there's a question here that please can these reports or elicits still be used to write an original literature review using those same 500 sources? Yes, you can. Why not? This report that was generated, you can use it as you please. Can this report or elicit still be used to write an original literature? All that was generated for you was not a plagiarism. They are well paraphrased, extracted uh, from the result of others. So they were not word to word reports. That's why you have access to the references so that you can confirm for yourself if they are word to word. What out of 500 sources, it was noted that 25 sources was generated from 500 sources. So this means that 25 sources was used as a point of reference in the report. So all the references that was used in the report was listed at the end of the report for you to do your double check. So it can be used. It can be used definitely. So we are in the process of sending the Word document report to Mr. Fidelis before the question interrupted. Okay. I'm on my mail right now trying to send uh, the report in Word document to Mr. Fidelis. Okay, that has been sent. So when you receive it, say I. Okay. Now I was asking a question that have you ever generate a conceptual framework diagram using AI? Using AI, and how do you do that? I'm going to use an original work to generate a conceptual framework diagram. So this is the first this is the first step that I'm going to do. I have a document. I have a document. So first thing I just stopped sharing my Elicit page because I want to share another page because that is where the job. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to upload the document I want to use, where that document contains the research that we want to use for this job. Okay. Okay. Then so I write this prompt, read, and outline content for conceptual framework diagram. Okay. So read and outline content for conceptual framework diagram from the attached. From the attached. From the attached. Okay, sorry for the a lot of background noise here. Sorry for the lot of I have a lot of background noise here. So okay, we are waiting for the results now. We have um, we have this beautiful detail. Uh, so these are the beautiful details that he has given us, and He also tell us, he gives the thesis explicitly anchor the entire concept framework on the TOE framework. You see, you can read all the story that you're seeing there. Then it said left box column, independent variable, then central horizon arrow, main cause relationship, dependent variable. You see, core component to include in the diagram, dependent variable by the left side. You see all the beautiful details. Now, I'm not generating the conceptual framework with Grok. I have another, so I'm going to copy from this to this place. Then I'm going to share another screen with you. I'm going to share another screen with you. So I want to share Google Gemini screen. So here we are. Uh, so I'm going to create and give a prompt, create a diagram for the prompt can come anyhow. You can draft your prompt based on how you are good at drafting it. Some cases, based on how the inspiration comes, I may not type it that way. Sometimes I can just say create image for blah, and that's it. So today I just say create a diagram for conceptual framework. Then I just paste everything here. In fact, this figure 2.1 will also come with it. I can change this 2.1. I can remove this B and just make it 2.1. Then the next thing I'm going to do when that is over is to press enter. Yeah, I hope we are following. We are following. Don't forget that in this place I use pro option. That is if you have a subscription for pro. Because if you don't have a subscription, what you will see here is fast or just automatic. But because if it's a pro version, it will take time for the thinking and we put all the variables into reaction. So let us wait for that to be fully generated. Let us wait for that to be fully generated. Just wait for that to be fully generated. We are still in the process of generating our. Okay, I think that has been done. You see, here you have a beautiful conceptual framework, well detailed with information, chain different diagram, association, and relationship for each of the variable. So you can see you have this conceptual framework TOE integrated with AEM, DUI, and everything. Even give us a study period for the work. You can see all those red dots is trying to tell you if you want to edit the diagram. So you can just download your conceptual framework by just clicking this pin. So it is already downloading. Okay. Let me take that away so that we can have a full picture. You can see that. And see that was fully done. Here you have theoretical foundation. Anything you don't want from this picture, you can crop it out yourself later on. Yeah. If you are not if you are not satisfied with how you did it black and white, you want it to be colorful. So let's go back and said we want it to be colorful. Okay, can say make the above more colorful. Make the above more colorful. So that is loading. Is loading. We are waiting for it to finish loading. We are waiting for it to finish loading. Uh, if you are joining us, those that I discover someone just joined us, say hi on the chat room so that we can meet you. Someone just joined us. Here we have another output. See, we have another output. Yeah. Okay, now I want some reaction on the chat room. Which of the which of the conceptual framework do you prefer? Is it the colorful one you prefer or the black and white? Drop your message in the chat room. I want to see your reaction. Which of the framework? Which of the framework? Which of the framework do you prefer? Is it the colorful one you prefer or the black and white? I'm waiting for a reaction. Send in your reaction. Send in your reaction. Send in your reaction. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Fidelis prefer the colorful one. Okay. That is one of those beautiful things we can do with AI, even in the process of literature review. We can generate a lot of relationship diagram. All you need to do is generate the content by shutting up your document. So when you shut up your document, it gives you the outlines. Then you take that outlines to create. In fact, you can actually use Copilot also for this work also. Copilot also do a great job. Or should we try using Copilot? If you want us to use Copilot, say hi. Then we can compare the two. We can compare the results of Gemini and Copilot. If you want us to start to check Copilot, say I. If you want us to check Copilot, say I. Okay. If okay, I think we are okay with the first one because I didn't see any reply on the usage of Copilot. Does anybody want us to use Copilot? I'm waiting for us for our feedback. Our feedback is very crucial for us to continue. Okay, let us share the screen of our Copilot. Let us share the screen of our Copilot. Okay. Okay. Then you give a prompt, create conceptual framework diagram for you paste the information, then it's loading. Okay, you see, academic. This one is asking a lot of questions after we give him the prompts. So I was we what we are doing right now is we've generate uh we've generate uh using Gemini. We now want to compare and contrast the result of Gemini and Copilot. So, and I was actually waiting for our responses if you want us to use Copilot to also generate a conceptual framework so that we can decide on, we'll be able to see the result from both of the angles. So, but now we are in Copilot. When we gave Copilot the content, it gave us some reply. He said that your request is fully detailed, but I need to know the preferred visual styles of the diagram. Choose one style. Academic minimalist, text ready, clean boxes, straight arrow, monochrome, or two-tone black blue. Professional infographics, slightly color accents, icon for your technologies, rounded boxes. For for Nigerian university that may be very sensitive with too colorful diagram, they will go for one. They will prefer, they are very used to having black and white or something that is not colorful. So let us just go for one. Okay, let's go for one. It's loading. It's loading. Let's wait for it to finish loading, loading. We're waiting for it to finish loading. It's already rounding up. That's rounding up. Okay. Yeah, this is what we get using Copilot. So somebody should tell me right now. Somebody should drop a chat for me. Which of the result do you prefer? Do you prefer the result getting with Copilot or the result getting with Gemini? And you can see that arrow is the arrow to download the conceptual framework. That's the arrow to download the conceptual framework. So which do you prefer? Do you prefer the one getting this with Copilot, or you prefer the one? You see, the one getting with Copilot looks so simple because it gave us some option. It gave us some option. So this academic thesis ready according to him. Mr. Fideli said that okay, similar, but Gemini is more interactive, I think, and has more detail. Yes, the one created by Gemini is more interactive and more detailed. So this one getting here is very academic inclined, like people that are used to black and white television will be very, they can easily relate with this. You know, there's no icon, nothing, there's no, so just like, it just look like black and white. Though there's some colorful line there, don't mind me. But I think Gemini is more colorful for Gen Z. So looking at the photo now, who else want to compare? Okay. For those that just joined, we are comparing the results we get with Gemini and the results we get with Copilot. So if you are just joining, then let me just show you the result we get with Copilot. Sorry, the result we get with Gemini. Let me show you the result we get with Gemini. Okay, so let us share Gemini screen. So this is the result we get with Gemini. So beautiful, right? Moreover, this was the second result. This was the first result we got with Gemini. This was the first result we got with Gemini. Then, after this was created, we told Gemini this was the result after the result was of. So then, before we now went back to Copilot. So that is that about creating a conceptual framework using AI. So there are so many diagrammatic that you can, any diagram you want in your research. For a relationship diagram, all you need to do is to get all the variables ready. You get your outline ready, then off you go. You get a beautiful diagram. Students are always having issues with drawing a conceptual framework. Now let's go back to citation, which is one of the major things for today. Knowing citation, sources, analysis, and research integrity. How you can manage your citation. Because I must let you know that in 2026, citation management is no longer something that you need to do manually. So, after you build your literature, you can export them with beep text, as you can see in the option of our on our this thing on our. Let me go back and share our Elicit page. On our Elicit page, as you can see on our Elicit page, when we generated our report, this was our report that was generated. We have a lot of options on how to share it. So, managing references has been coming so easy, and this is even more easier for you to actually work with either APA, because you can actually work directly to either Zotero, EndNote, or Mendeley. I actually love using Zotero. No, sorry, I mean Mendeley. Uh, I downloaded Zotero once, and I didn't actually like the interface unless they've uh, they've upgraded it. So probably we should work with Zotero. Or what do you think? Okay, let's go back to these are reports. When we are on the share option here, we have okay, not this. Let's go back to our recent work. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to this. Let's use this particular example for what we want to do. Excuse me, give me some time. Okay, when we click a paper here and we click on export, we have this beautiful option BIB, beefsteak, blah blah blah. Then all these formats are beautifully formats that actually work with all the reference manager. They work perfectly well with reference manager. So when we save with BBS test format, one of those things that can open it are those reference manager. One of such as Zotero and Mendeley. So as I'm talking with you right now, I'm installing my Zotero so that I can show you how it works to manage your references. But how do you detect when a reference is is fake? How do you know that the citation is fake? When you generate managing, how do you discard the one that you and then how do you go along with the one that you can manage? Okay, let us I want to share our Zotero page now. Let me share our Zotero screen. Okay. Okay. So I just share our Zotero. The other time I export a particular page. Then here I've created a folder under this library. I label it Elicit. There is one that is opening here. Now I want to add files to it. That file will be in my download. So okay, I want to upload the big text to it. Okay. Now this has been uploaded here. This has been uploaded here. So let us try. Do you want to import the Elicit file? Let's say okay. You see, these are what is inside there. All the documents that is inside that BBTS based on their creator, that is the study. When you click on it, they open as a PDF. Like so it gives you when you save as big test like that and you put it in Zotero. Because I think this is what I'm going to do right now. I think I'm going to share my entire window so that you can see the full activity that is actually going on. Uh, Let me share my entire screen. Okay. I think I've shared my entire screen right now. Let me go back to Sotero. Pardon me. Oh, this is actually very messy right now. Okay. Hmm. Sharing the entire screen is actually not funny right now. Okay. Yeah. These are Sotero. When we open that document, this is what we have. This was what we exported from Elicit. When we export it as big text, then we insert it in our Sotero. So when you click on each one of them, it download automatically. So we can now open it. This is exactly what we open. And I didn't go to Google to download this particular PDF. You see, it was what uh what Elicit generated for us that we use. We didn't go to Google to be download to be enter the topic. These are what Elicit generated from this file. So we go back to our Zotero and we click on another one. It goes straight to download it for us. Then it's opening. If you click on another one, it goes straight to download. See, this one does not download automatically. It goes to the page. So those files that does not download automatically is either the files are not free. You see, this particular file is not free it's not free accessible to us. But we already use them. Here, let's see if we can have full access to the full text. I think this they should be available for download. Let us allow cookies and see. Don't let us waste much time on this because our time is already fast spent. Okay, that's just downloaded right away. You see, you've got like 3 PDF from just that. All this, the report, the what we are working on that Elicit. All the thing that was downloaded was actually something that are similar to the topic. Was challenges of contract farming was what was searched for then before this report came out. So, Mr. Fidelis, give us a topic that we can also use again to round up. Because even in our Elicit, we can connect the library to our Elicit. Here you see connect Sotero. So we can connect here. It's asking for email. I'm not sure I have an account on Sotero. Let me see if it will come in. It's been a while I use Sotero. So if this goes, if that goes, okay, I think that goes. So that is how to connect to our Sotero. Okay. That has been accepted. So anything that is in that particular library, that is it is in my own Zotero library, will be automatically be accessible for me on my Elicit. If there's any PDFs I've worked on in the past that I already stored them in my library in Zotero, it will automatically come here. Yes, in import from Zotero. You see, these are the items in my Zotero. It's been a while that I use them, but I have all these items. Let me, if I tell it to import this, so I'll be able to shut all this PDF inside my Elicit. You see, these are the PDF, tangible impact, library and city skills. You see, so isn't it beautiful? So all those PDF that, so when you have access to some PDF, probably a client sends you a PDF, just and you don't have time to be reading them one by one, you can use reference manager like Sotero. You upload them there, then you link it to your Elicit. Then you will be able to shut them up to extract the type of information you need to write your literature review from there on. So that is that. Now on my library has been loaded now. There's nothing in this library before, but I have something in my library now. So that's one of those beautiful things. That's one of those beautiful things. Yeah, this particular Sotero that is here has not been logged in with any account. Has not been logged in with any account. So that is that about. Now the next, the should I say the last or second to the last thing that we are to do today. Okay, let me first limit the screen sharing. Let me limit the screen sharing to our Elicit page alone. Yes. So how do you deal with citation? How do you deal with citation? We have learned how to export from Elicit so to our Zotero. So this is sources analysis and critical evaluation with AI is not something that you should just take lightly, because there will be some hallucination sentence, and this is one of the places where researchers get caught in this dispensation that we are. So you must do something like cross-checking. You can ask the AI, give me the exact code and page number for this claim. If it can't provide it, treat it as suspicious. You see, so those area that was cited with the person's name, so you upload, you can highlight that particular sentence. You now give a prompt like, give me the exact code and page number for this claim. If it can't provide it, you have to treat it what? As suspicious. So you can, another thing you can use Elicit chat with papers to ask, what are the limitations of these studies? Who funded this research? So it will give you some reply. So that's one of another way to compare and contrast. Another one you do is you do a triangulation. You don't rely solemnly on one AI summary. You cross-check with at least 2 to 3 original papers. You see? So this is an exercise I can have for you. Everyone will take one paper from the Elicit project and ask it, summarize the key findings and limitations, then manually verify one claim, type your findings in the chat. Here the practical exercise again. Take one paper from your Elicit project and ask it, summarize the key findings and limitations, then manually verify one claim, type your findings in the chat. So those are the Elicit are working. You can do it and put it in the comment section, or you put it in the WhatsApp group, or you can also send it to me personally on the WhatsApp group. What do you do to maintain a research integrity? What do you do to maintain research integrity? And with you, what are the things we do to maintain a research integrity? I want a response on the practical exercise in the message box. I want to see if anybody make any attempts. Did anybody make any attempt on that? Anybody make any attempts? Okay, I'm waiting on us for some reaction before we proceed to the next. Before we finish, let's bring everything together. Before we finish, let's bring everything together. Remember the ethical protocol we learned on day one. It still applies 100% today, especially when we are finalizing our literature review. Our E is to establish your purpose. Our T is for you to thoroughly explore options. Our H is to harness the appropriate tool. Our I is inspect and verify output. Our C is cite and reference accurately. Acknowledge AI usage transparently. Look over publishers' guidelines. So now it's time for our final capstone project. This is the most important 25 minutes of the entire 3D webinar. Using everything we've learned across the 3 days, please do the following right now or later. Open your Elicit projects that you've been building. Add one new custom column title, AI verification status. In this column, for each paper, write one of these. Fully verify, I check original paper. Partially verify, needs manual check. In the column for each paper, write one of these. Fully verify, that is, I check original paper in close brackets. Partially verify, the second one. Then the third one needs manual check. Are you with me? Number 3, at the bottom of your Elicit table or in a separate Google document, write a 3-sentence AI disclosure statement that you can actually use in your research paper or thesis. Here are 3 ready-made templates you can adapt. Template A. This literature review was supported by Elicit AI for initial paper screening, data extraction, and summarization. All sources were manually retrieved and critically verified by the author, AI assistants. was used under full human oversight. Template B, more detail. Elicit AI was used to identify relevant literature and extract key data points. The author manually reviewed all included papers, verified citation, and performed critical analysis. This AI-assisted process was conducted in accordance with ethical research guidelines. Template C, for journals with strict policy. Artificial intelligence tools Elicit were used solely for literature search and data extraction. All generated content was independently verified against original sources by the researcher. The author takes full responsibility for the accuracy and integrity of this review. Number 4, finally export your complete project to CSV plus or BB test. I will send the full details of this capstone project as a Google Doc to it is your completion of this capstone project will get you the certificate of participation in the webinar. Beautiful work, everyone. We've just completed a professional, ethical, AI enhanced literature review. This is exactly what top researchers are doing in 2026. Thank you for staying from day 1 to day 3. I will end the streams right now.